My name is Mack Stannard, and this is my very first commercial fishing trip. I'm a filmmaker, primarily, and I'm making a documentary about sustainable fishing on BC's coast. The people who are fishing in the right way, small scale, independent boats that sell locally and catch locally. Right now we're in Prince Rupert, where we're just filling up the boat with bait and picking me up, where the guys from GoodFish are gonna take off and we're gonna fish around Haida, Gwaii for 5, 6, 7 days. Don't really know. If there's one thing I've learned about fishing, it's very unpredictable. So just clear your schedule and you're along for the ride. These guys have been fishing for a bunch of different species since May. They started with prawns, and then they switch over the boat to tuna, and now to halibut. And it used to be that a fisherman might just do one fishery, but nowadays you have to string together a few fisheries over a year to make a living. So that means guys like Dylan here are on the boat for 8 months out of the year. It's up to the captain, Fraser McDonald, when they go out and for how long.
So it's almost 3:30 in the morning. We just came out to Langara Island here on the west side of Haida, Gwaii. The weather there's still quite a big sea, but there's not much wind, so pretty nice conditions, all things considered. So yeah, the boys just all woke up and we're gonna set our hooks and have a nap for a few hours, and then see if there's any fish here.
Hell yeah, brother! Woo! On a beautiful night.
The first line that they put out started out great. But the rest of the line, not so good. Most of the hooks were empty. You could definitely see the disappointment in the guys' faces. Because the crew actually gets paid by how many fish they catch, or how many pounds, not how many hours they work.
I don't know, I think I saw a sperm whale before, and then most of the hallie we did get there were picked. We still got a little bit, but maybe 25 fish aboard or something like that. Most of them got picked off. So I set over the ridge, like perpendicular, to see what was there and see what depth we were getting the fish in. And yeah, we had some sperm whales that picked a bunch of our fish that we got, but we at least had a sign of where they were. And now we can, we're gonna haul one of our other strings just a bit to the south of us, and then when we set them back, we're gonna set them back all in the one depth band, so we can really target the halibut and make sure we don't have any wasted gear. See if we can put something together here.
The guys were calling the boat the time machine. And I get it, because your sense of time gets all distorted when your sleep schedule is chaotic as it is with fishing. You know, there was times that we'd be asleep for 2 hours and then get up and fish for 24 hours. Then we'd sleep for 16 to catch up and wake up at 4 p.m. and start having breakfast. So last night they were laying out a long line, which is why it's called long line fishing, that has hooks every, like second or 2 or 3. And with bait on them. And this morning, slept a couple hours, this morning come back out and we're dragging in the line and fish come off the line. When the halibut come in, they gut them or dress them right on deck so that they don't rot out while they sit in the hull. There's no freezers on a halibut boat, or at least ones like this. So you basically have 6 days from the time the first fish is caught to get them to shore to a freezer.
We figure when this check is full, it's 1,000 pounds. So we're thinking maybe 700, 800 kind of pounds. 10, 15. Right, big one coming down, Del. 60.
Once the fish is in the hull, the whole process starts over. And when the seas got really big, I started feeling it. You can see me right there, heading for the side of the boat, and yep. Well, it's official. Officially had my first seasickness. It was alright, you know? Super queasy, feel terrible. We get rid of it all. We're back, good as new in no time. I was actually surprised to learn that most people do get seasick, at least at the start of the season. I thought it was something that either you did or you didn't get, but apparently it's the great equalizer. Even fishermen like Fraser, who've been doing it for decades, still get seasick. I'm struggling to stand up with the camera and even get a decent in-focus shot. These guys are traveling around the boat and cutting and dressing and navigating. So many things that go into it when I'm just trying to focus on not throwing up. Doesn't seem like an easy thing to do when you're shaking around like this.
Not really. Especially when the fish is sliding and you got a sharp knife in your hand.
When the seas get too rough, it's just too dangerous to keep fishing. Lucky for me, it meant we could take a minute and eat some of the fish that we'd been catching. I did feel bad for the guys because it was taking out valuable fishing time. But that's just the way it goes, and especially in a place up like Haida, Gwaii, which has such unforgiving and unpredictable weather. The GoodFish team were one of many fishing families I got to know and fish with this year. I've learned a lot from all of them, and it's been inspiring to see that this local fishing industry is a tight-knit community who just want to put food on the table for their families and for us. They put up with a crazy schedule, weather, unpredictable returns on investment, because they believe this is a sustainable way to feed our community. It's something that's been done on this coast for thousands of years, and it's worth fighting to continue.